Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ace today, back with a brand new Madden 22 franchise. We do a franchise every year here on the channel, and I get to start this one pretty early on, man. I mean, like last year we did the Texans franchise, but I'm pretty sure I started it when the game came out. However, we are starting the Los Angeles Chargers. Yes, the Los Angeles Chargers. It still feels so weird not calling them the San Diego Chargers anymore. But we're starting a franchise with the Chargers. I had like 3 other teams laid out for a possible franchise. I was thinking about doing the Raiders, and you guys are going to see because we are in the same division as the Raiders. We play them twice in this season. And listen, guys, I've done a lot of recording for this. You boys just a little lazy. We got to the first game against the Raiders. I'm pretty sure that's in week 4 or something like that. But hey, man, we are in for a great series. Our division is incredibly insane. You guys are going to see the numbers when we get to it. And not to mention, we have Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in our division too. So that just makes things even worse. But let's stop talking about that. I don't want to spoil anything. You guys see the amazing free agents that we are signing here. And just going over a couple of them. I mean, like, basically, it was just key positions that we needed. We get Malik Hooker here. We get Golden Tate. We get Richard Sherman here in a second. But there is a major trade that I wanted to make. Now, some of you Charger fans may hate me for this move, but I thought in the back of my head, what is the best way we could get Justin Herbert some help? And with Odell Beckham Jr. being the biggest topic in the trade market for pretty much the entire time he's been with the Cleveland Browns, we went ahead and traded 2 first-round picks and Mike Williams to the Cleveland Browns to get Odell Beckham. I mean, it can't get any better than that, man. Justin Herbert, after having a pretty amazing year last year, and to just add on to that, he was a rookie quarterback, and I'm just going to dive a little deeper into basically why I think that this kid is just so special and why I'm very big on Justin Herbert, and he is the main reason why I went ahead and picked the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Justin Herbert is a dark horse for MVP this year and any year that comes after it. This kid is special, man. I mean, let's just look at Justin Herbert. I mean, he was a rookie quarterback last year, and let me read these numbers off to you guys. 4,300 passing yards with 31 touchdowns and 10 interceptions with a QBR of a 98.3 for your first year in the NFL, especially starting with, you know, the unfortunate circumstances that surrounded the organization going into week 1. I mean, that's pretty damn good, bro. Like, for example, let's look at the draft class from this year. We're only really going to see 2 rookie quarterbacks out of the 5 that were chosen in the first round start in week 1, and those 2 are basically the first and second overall picks in Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. I'm pretty excited to see both of them. I think Zach Wilson is going to prove a lot of people wrong. His first preseason game, by the time this video comes out, he looked alright. They didn't really showcase him too much, especially didn't showcase him as much as we got to see with Justin Fields and Trey Lance. But I'm going to talk about Justin Fields right now because as someone who wasn't very high up on Justin Fields, I believe he should be starting in week 1 for the Chicago Bears. He played absolutely amazing. However, you know, I had to back myself up a little bit, and a lot of these people on Twitter just absolutely go insane with these performances in preseason. Somebody made a very good point. They pointed out Mitchell Trubisky went like 17 for 18, 170 yards and a touchdown in his preseason debut too. And we see how that panned out. But I don't know, there's just something about Justin Fields that it's just, it basically when you watch the game and you watch the highlights of him in that preseason game, it just screams at you off the screen that Justin Fields should be starting in week 1. And the biggest reason why I chose this Chargers franchise in particular to do is because I am so big on Justin Herbert. I feel like Justin Herbert has set the standard for rookie quarterbacks, pretty much showing these NFL teams that, hey, if it comes down to it, or I mean, like, I don't know, like in Chicago's situation, you have Andy Dalton, who honestly isn't that bad, but if you have somebody that it's just not the future, and you want to see, and you want to get your franchise going as soon as possible, I mean, you might as well just throw them out there. Now, on the other hand, you might be able to make the case that throwing them into the fire isn't going to help their development at all, but I don't know. Justin Herbert, he did play 4 years of college ball. He grew a lot in college. I don't know if you guys know, but in that Oregon system that he played in, he had a different offensive scheme every single season. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with his success, coming into the NFL and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. Justin Herbert is just so special. He is a main reason why I picked the Chargers, as Kenneth Murray Jr. gets a big interception right there on the goal line. I was getting pretty nervous, man. And we're going to start talking about the gameplay right now. I just want to get that little rant out of the way. Just kind of explain why I picked the Chargers. But Kenneth Murray Jr. pretty much saving our defense's ass right there, excuse my language, because the Washington football team were driving downfield at an incredibly fast rate. I mean, this game, I don't mean to go into another rant again, but this game has its ups and downs, and the defense is the biggest down part of this game right now. But I do have faith that they are going to kind of tweak it before it comes out at midnight tonight, as Odell gets a big reception right there, jukes 2 defenders, and gets taken down. But Austin Eckler also got injured on the play, but this is what we went and did in the offseason. We ended up getting Todd Gurley as a backup, as Odell somehow dropping a touchdown. I mean, Odell has like 90-something spectacular catch, man, and I don't understand how he just doesn't come down with that. But as I was saying, we went out and got Todd Gurley as a free agent signing. I'm one of them people, I can't believe Todd Gurley is even a free agent in real life still. I feel like he should have been picked up by now. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, if you guys don't know by now, if you're new to the channel. Even though the Eagles picked up Kerryon Johnson and we have Miles Sanders, I'm a big Todd Gurley guy, bro. I wouldn't even mind if my team went out there and signed Todd Gurley, as Justin Herbert gets into the end zone right here as we go up 14-0 here in the second quarter. We aren't looking bad at all for our first game of the season. Washington kind of scared me. Their defense, was so good last year in real life, but in Madden, for some reason, it just doesn't translate to Madden, as Ryan Fitzpatrick goes deep, and somehow, some way, we can't pick that off. You guys are going to see a lot of highlights whether it comes to this game or just any game down the line. For some reason, the defensive backs, man, I don't know what it is, but we went backwards this year. Just absolutely, it's supposed to be dynamic gameplay or some crap this year that they were talking about, star-driven AI, but for some reason, all my cornerbacks just don't like to catch the ball, turn around, just anything that would make a cornerback pretty much good in the slightest bit. As you guys see, Justin Herbert with an absolute dot downfield. I mean, I think he has one of the more higher throw powers in the game. And honestly, he's only an 80 overall, base 80 overall for some reason in this game, which is only a couple overalls higher from what he was as a rookie last year. Don't know. I don't know how that translates to an 80 overall in this game. In my opinion, I think he deserves to be over a couple quarterbacks. I feel like Stafford at an 82. Stafford could probably be a little higher as well, but Stafford at an 82, and you're gonna have Justin Herbert as an 80. I mean, man, what are we doing, EA? But you guys are about to see right here brand new features of Madden 22. When you are playing franchise, any other game mode like online, head-to-head, ultimate team, you get the halftime adjustments. If you feel like your defense or your offense needs to pretty much improve on any parts of the game, you can adjust your team. And you guys, if you guys want to go back and pause and pretty much just look at the screenshot, this is one of the new concepts that EA introduced this year. Because every single year, I will give EA credit. they try to introduce as much as possible because they're kind of disconnected with their community a little bit. Like this year, they really dove deep in the franchise because that is the main part of the community that has been giving them the most trouble. Besides, like people that don't like the mechanics of the gameplay and stuff like that. But someone like me, where I really do want to keep doing this YouTube shit, bro. Like, I really do love it. I just don't know what kind of content I want to do. Plus, I'll talk about the my Elgato situation in a second here, but pretty much they dove deep in the franchise this year, and I absolutely love it. One thing that I was noticing while I was playing is that I was actually having fun. And like last year when the game first came out, I had mixed feelings on it just because, like, you never really know what you're going to truly get when it comes to Madden. But I feel like one thing that I'm going to benefit from, and, it's not a lot of people are going to be able to experience this, is that I get to experience this game on Next Gen. And a lot of the stuff that they added this year is on Next Gen. And I have a lot of friends, man, that don't have Next Gen yet and have to experience just copy and paste of Madden 21 from last year on current gen, which it's so weird to me. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do something to the game, you got to do it on both sides of the system. There's been over like 10 million PS5 sold or something like that, but that statistic I just feel is just garbage. It's got to be absolute garbage. I mean, like, I have so many people in my life that still, I pretty much play with daily, and they still don't have a PS5, bro. Like, it's not even like you can go to GameStop or Best Buy in person, pre-order it or anything like that. It's just like you need to get lucky with it, or you need to pay an extreme amount of money, like $750, to even get your hand on one. So that is the only downfall, in my opinion. But other than that, I really do like what they've done this year. I do have to give EA their props. Once a lot of more people start moving to next gen, I feel like a lot of criticism about this game is going to start dying down. Something about the game feels incredibly smooth this year. Of course, like I was saying earlier, the clunkiness of the defense could definitely use some tuning up, but I don't know. I feel like they're moving in a good direction. One thing that I'm not gonna lie, some with the concept art of the plays when you hold down R2, especially with the defensive stuff. I mean, like, at this point, it's just pretty much nitpicking. I feel like this is pretty much like the full game. I don't think they're going to change too much by release at midnight tonight, but if they do, then, that helps their case even more. I'm going to be completely honest with you. As Derwin James right here, going back to the gameplay for a second, we are just absolutely demolishing the Washington football team. I'm not going to lie. I went into this game thinking that this was going to be somewhat close, but it looks like all the offseason signings and trades that we did just absolutely put our team on top. And Derwin James, I'm excited to watch him play in real life this season. I hope he stays healthy, man. But having a safety like that in Madden definitely helps our case, especially in the franchise mode. Last year, when it came to the franchise mode, we didn't really have too much of a stellar defense. We just kind of made it work with just the plays that I was calling and the user in the middle of the field. This year, we have a great user in Kenneth Murray Jr., and then just everybody that we signed and traded for in the secondary just helped our case even more, as look who it is, Kenneth Murray Jr. I had to go ahead and say that I'm going to give him the defensive MVP of week 1 of the season. I mean, the dude absolutely balled out. You guys aren't going to see his stats because I did not click onto the defensive stats. I just clicked onto the offensive stats. But Kenneth Murray Jr. had 5 tackles, an interception, a fumble recovery, a forced fumble, and stuff like that. He just went off this game in week 1, and this is his second year in the NFL, so I am so hyped to be using him in. He's actually insane, completely cracked out at middle linebacker. So you guys are going to see a lot of crazy plays from him. And as this game is winding down, I'm just going to touch on basically our offensive part of the game. I mean, guys, even though we scored pretty much like Kenneth Murray Jr. probably should have had a touchdown too. I was just being a little dickhead. I didn't get in the end zone. But Derwin James with the pick six. We had 42 points in our season opener. 35 points was generated by the offense, even though Kenneth Murray Jr. kind of helped out with one of them touchdowns. But at the end of the day, Justin Herbert played out of his freaking mind, bro. What a debut. Odell Beckham, 5 catches, 160, and 2 touchdowns. You guys are going to see the stats at the end, man. I hope you guys enjoyed week 1. I am so excited to be back on YouTube, man. I'm actually going to go ahead and already start editing week 2 as soon as this video gets put up, man. I am hype. It's Madden season, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed week 1, man. I'll see you guys in week 2. Peace out.